Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. And in today's video, we are going to be covering the brand new Iudex Artor community event because it has started today, and there are some events also starting today that you're going to want to get involved in. Because if you want to get some red stars, I call them red stars. Is that fine? I guess I'm used to other games. I'm calling it a red star. In terms of getting that free Iudex Artor that's going to be happening later this month. So if you've been logging in every single day, you should be sitting at about 50 fragments, and the other 50 are going to be over the next 2 weeks. And so being able to power them up through these events and also some other goodies in here will be absolutely amazing. We're going to be covering that here today. But before we do, I do want to remind people, of course, if you haven't started playing Raid Shadow Legends yet, then download using the QR code in the top right or in the link in the description down below to get yourself a free legendary Eleneral and 2 free epics, Rector, Drath, and Ugo at account 15 and 30. And also, that's not all. Of course, you will get yourself a free Supreme Gallic by using the promo code Supreme6, another great legendary. I don't know why I paused there. He's amazing. And if the stuff you find in this video is helpful, please do me a favor. Ring that notification bell and hit that subscribe button to help out the Boilon channel. So let's get started here today. So you can go into the events tab, right? It's there. And you can look at the community. They got this little fan. They always have this fancy kind of this HUD, this user interface where they kind of talk about the different events that are ongoing right now. So one thing, actually, this is super amazing. So we got to start here, actually. I know it's not an event, but we do have 100% gear removal for 2 weeks, pretty much 2 weeks. This is crazy. So if you need to adjust your characters, if you need to adjust your faction crypt champions, that kind of thing, or if you just want to make some big changes to some of your best characters, now is the time to do that, because for 2 full weeks, pretty much, you're getting 100% gear removal. And I do actually want to talk about how there's an easy way to do this if you just want to get rid of people's gear and you don't really care that much. So the reserve vault and the master, specifically the reserve vault, you can't keep your gear on when you do this. So for example, I'm going to find someone that has gear. I'm going to use Stagnite as an example. I'm not going to do it, but you can click here on the character, move them to reserve vault, and it will say, do you want to just don't destroy and remove all the gear? Now this does it easily for free. So what you can do, because it's free right now, so you could just click all of your characters, right? All the characters that you want to re-gear, for example, and then move them all to the reserve vault, and then it'll ask you to remove the gear, and then it just drops all their gear. So if you're trying to do a mass change up of your gear, just click a bunch of your characters, move them into the reserve vault, and remember where they are, of course, and then it'll remove all their gear at once. So you don't have to go manually through each of the characters to do that. That's a tip that I learned from somebody else that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. But I'm going to be spending this week re-gearing my characters for sure, because I think I've just been really lazy and I need to get on with doing that. But as far as the actual event goes, so the Community Week Titan event for Iudex Artor, am I saying his name right? You're going to get milestone rewards, right? There's milestone 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with the different souls. The perfect soul, obviously, and then the split souls as you go along. And so the early ones are not that difficult to clear. There's some good stuff in here for everyone, honestly. If you get 100 points, you get the first 1 red star there, 300 total, and it's cumulative. Yeah, it's cumulative as you go across, right? So you're going to get more stuff as you go through. 300 for the second, 600 for the third, 1,000 for the fourth, and 1,500 for the fifth. Now, from what I was reading something on my Discord from the news posting that suggested there is going to be a surplus of points. So you don't actually need to, there's more than 1,500 points available for you to be able to clear this out. Now, the last Titan event, I think when I first started playing the game, actually, was the Mad Hatter event. So I was able to get pretty far in there. Now, I did not get red starred. I don't think I did get the 5 red for Mad Hatter. I didn't even have Mad Hatter, so it didn't matter anyways. But I did manage to pick up some pretty good stuff, and there is some great rewards along the tracks here that you can get. Now, the first events that you can do is going to be champion training. This has started now, and as you can see that there is going to be a total of 150 Titan points. So you can get the 1 red and then kickstart your way essentially into the second milestone there, because 150 will get you to somewhere around here with just that event alone. Now, before we go any further, though, I do want to remind people that the best time to double dip these kinds of things, especially because champion training is going to require a lot of grinding. Typically, you're going to be, maybe not, but I mean, I tend to run a lot of brutal 12-3 because I'm farming XP, that kind of stuff, right? Because you're getting points for leveling up your characters. Now, I guess some people could just do it with brews primarily, but I can't, so I still need to do some dungeon campaign grinding for that. And we have Dungeon Diver starting in a day. So I would probably wait on doing champion training until tomorrow, so that way you can double dip for doing Dungeon Divers and champion training, because if you're going to be farming campaign 12-3 or anything like that, then you'll probably want to double dip the Dungeon Divers and the training event so you can get the best bang for your buck. Also, there is a Spider Tournament event. This is also a Titan event where you're going to earn some points for that too. And again, this is going to, ideally, it's better if you double dip with the Dungeon Diver. So you're doing all of these things together. And that's the easiest way for you to make significant progress on these events, by making sure that you're double or even triple dipping in some cases over multiple events. So the Spider Turn Attack with the Dungeon Divers, champion training with the Dungeon Divers, making sure you get the double dip there with that event, because it's going to take you more than, you'll probably max out the Spider Turn Attack event without the Dungeon Divers being clear, but it'll get you a lot closer, and so you won't need to spend as much energy when you're doing it this way. And that goes for all fusion events and things like that as well. Anytime that there's overlapping events, it's really important to know that, so that you can make the best use of your energy. And speaking of energy, I'm going to need a little bit more. So I think so aside from the daily gem pack, which by the way has some really amazing value there, I'm still have some days left on that. This is a great pack for $10 if you're interested in doing that. It's not a lot of money, but it gives you a lot of extra gems to use for these types of events. The daily energy event is daily energy pack is also probably the next best thing if you had to ask me. And this is something that I'm going to be picking up. And the reason why I like this is because it'll store in your inbox. And that's what I love about offers, actually, is that it doesn't immediately give it to you. It actually just puts it into your inbox as you collect it. So this is something that I'm going to pick up now for $20 because it's something that I'm going to be able to keep in my inbox and use it when needed for the variety of events. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. That's definitely something that I recommend. The energy and the daily gem packs, those are kind of the best bang for your buck, in my opinion. I've done the math on this particular daily energy offer compared to some of the other ones that are offered in the limited special. I mean, actually, that one's not too bad. Usually it's not super amazing from these kinds of things, unless it's a very special anniversary pack or Christmas pack, something like that. Like these standard ones are not as good as the daily energy one here. You're going to get a little bit more. You do get some multi battle attempts as well, but the energy that you get out of it is pretty nice there. So I'm going to collect this. I'm going to save, but see the 99 days, right? And that's what I really love about these things, is it just kind of stays in there until you actually need it. So that's what I'm going to be doing there. Now, the Iudex Artor as a character, I just want to kind of go over him very briefly. I don't think I have actually yet. But as far as what he does, and why you're going to want him, there he is. I kind of think of him as a little bit of a mini Arbiter. So everyone's going to be getting him for free, but getting the extra red stars on him, especially quote unquote for free, I mean, if you're able to clear some of these events, even getting to like 2 or 3 red, I think will make a pretty big difference, honestly. Even if you're not able to get all the way to the end at 5 red, if you just don't want to do it or whatever it is, it's not super challenging to get this kind of stuff done. But he does have a revive mechanic. He has lots of stuff that are kind of similar in some ways to Arbiter. You get the turn meter of 15% and then the attack buff. This time it's a strengthened buff though, as far as the additional stuff goes, and it's an AoE A1. So I am almost tempted for faction crypts to be giving him a stun set, so that if I need to do this kind of stuff, like he'll give me some value there, and I might be able to push a little bit further, because I still haven't finished my Sacred Order faction crypt. So this is definitely a character that's going to give me some value there, because Arbiter isn't Sacred Order. So I'm looking forward to unlocking Iudex Artor, getting some red stars on him, and gearing him up. So let me know what you think about this event and the free champion in the comments down below. Again, I want to stress, make sure that you're saving your energy for the right moment for when those go live. Also, we have a clan versus clan before I end the video that's going to be starting tomorrow as well, with double, at least for me anyways, double points for Minotaur, Fire Knight, and Arena. Oh, also the gem spending, but that's kind of garbage. But yeah, if you need to do any mastery farming, then there you go for Minotaur. Otherwise, we've got lots of events coming in this week, so I'm really excited for some new stuff to do, especially on the back of the Lysanthier fusion event. So that's going to be it for now. But of course, before we go, do you want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Raid Shadow Legends yet, now is the best time. If you download using the QR code in the top right or in the link in the description down below, you will get yourself a free Legendary Eleanor and 2 free epics, Rector Drath and Ugo. And of course, I'd like to remind you guys about Supreme Gallic by using the code Supreme6 in the first 24 hours of your account. That's 4 champions for free for Raid Shadow Legends. That's going to be it for now from me, from Boilon, on the Raid Shadow Legends channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.